my behavior reflected that of a fat ass. If you've ever had to lose weight to save your life, let's start there. Then stay tuned for this video, because I'm going to tell you the exact behavior changes that I made that helped me lose 50 pounds last year, and I'm still going. All right, so in today's video, I wanted to talk and share with you where I am with my current weight loss journey. It is January 30th, 2026. So last year in 2025, I made a commitment to myself. Actually, I've been made this commitment, but I finally stuck to the commitment. I wanted to become an excellent steward of my body because I like living. Like, I know people like to complain about the state of the world, but I actually like living, and I like having something to live for, and I want to live a quality life within the things that I can control. I'm not speaking of things I can't control, but with what I can control, I want to be a better steward of it. And becoming a better steward of my body meant that I needed to make some changes. Now, when you go or start considering going on a weight loss journey, at least for me, the first thing on your mind is all of the things you're going to have to give up. You're thinking about all the sacrifices. You're thinking about what your loss is going to be. And also, you marry yourself to a number on the scale. At least for me, that's true. You think that you need to join diet culture. You think that you need to overwork out. You think you have to do all these things. And what that does is create the garden of stress before you even begin. And if you've ever seen a garden of stress, it's dead. Nothing comes alive in it. Nothing is growing. No one's tending to it. The garden of stress is full of death because nothing can grow in a stressful environment. I don't know about you, but I love flowers. I love fruit. Vegetables, all right. I love just tending to the garden that I want to be full of life. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to tend to a garden that's full of life, not one that's full of death. And when you think about weight and this whole body positivity premise that I, for one, do not subscribe to. I don't even like the term body positivity or what it has become. I prefer the term body reality. I prefer to be real with who I am and what I have done to myself. Now, fat is not a death sentence. Obesity could lead to your death or your demise or a decrease in quality of life, morbid obesity at least. But on whose scale, everyone, I mean, there are people who are all sizes that have issues, but that's not the case. You know that a contributor to many diseases being able to sustain themselves is due to our lifestyle. And the way that I was living reflected what was going on internally, and I had never addressed these things before. Now, I've lost weight before, but I've never lost weight like I did in 2025, and what I'm going to continue doing and how I'm continuing to do so in 2026. And it's mainly because when I was losing weight, it was 100% steeped in me not addressing the root causes and the reasons why my behavior reflected that of a fat ass. Like, straight up. We want to give all these cute names: a big back, a wide load. I have no issues being real about my body. And also, my blood work did not have issues being real about what was going on internally. So, if you've ever had to lose a large amount of weight, I haven't reached my full highest potential yet, but mentally I feel amazing. Okay, so I don't feel like I'm not your doctor. I'm not replacing your doctor. I'm just talking about from a personal experience who I had to become to make this lifestyle change. For one, honest. You have to be honest with yourself, okay? I know a lot of my fellow big girls are absolutely beautiful. Like, no doubt about it. For most of us, that's probably the issue. You have never had an issue getting a man. You have never had an issue with being called pretty. You have never had an issue knowing you that chick, okay? I know that. But you're more than that. You're more than just beautiful. At least this is where I started. I'm more than just beautiful. I'm more than just pretty. I'm more than just a baddie. I'm more than also just my body. What I am is a good steward of the life that I've been blessed with. And I want to show that to myself. Okay? I know they got all the fly fashion. They got all the things to accommodate you nowadays. You have body positivity to hide behind. Babe, you just doing it big, but you're not being honest with yourself. If you are being honest with yourself, you know, and I make this noise all the time, but you know damn well that if you were just to even give a little try, you would be unstoppable. It's not just about how you look on the outside. It's what's really going on the inside that I'm addressing. And no one likes to talk about blood work. Get your hormones checked. Get your A1C checked. Get your blood pressure, your glucose checked. How is your body actually handling insulin? How's your metabolism? I know the food is good. I know the food is good, but babes, we have to be honest with ourselves. And for me, to bring it back, that honesty started with me absolutely auditing my relationship with food. Now, my relationship with food specifically, I'm going to, like I said, tell you my personal experience, and maybe you can relate. But my relationship with food, like anybody, begins when you're a baby. But as the personality that I have, and I don't be on here performing, this is like literally me. But with the personality I've had in the environment that I grew up in, food was my comfort. I use food to comfort every one of my emotions, the high vibrational emotions and the lower vibrational emotions, which means I'm eating all the time. It means I'm eating too much. It means I'm eating all of the time to satisfy myself. Food was always there. No one can deny you food because one is not illegal. Let's be honest, it's not illegal. And for some reason, it's a justifiable coping mechanism in comparison to drugs, alcohol, and being overtly sexual or promiscuity. How else do people cope with loneliness? How else do people cope with joy? How else do people cope with anger? How do people cope with many different emotions? We use vices that are outside of us because we lack self-control, or we lack the awareness of our self-control and don't even know that we have the power. So you need to be honest and audit your relationship with food. Honest with yourself and then audit your relationship with food. I was never afraid of moving my body, exercising, so I didn't have that problem. I did not have that problem at all. I wasn't measuring it either to make sure it was efficient, but I was not exercising. So here I am, 5'5", beginning last year, 2025, 5'5", 5'5", like right at it, weighing almost 250 pounds. Weighing almost 200, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like what? You are, nah, yes. Another thing to my beautiful women who are voluptuous, if that fat is in the right places and you are of the right ethnicity to that love, that in which the opposite sex loves fat in those right places, you almost scour at possibly losing that ass, those bitties that shape those curves. Because why not? This is what they want. Again, it's not about what someone else wants. It's what your body is screaming for and needs. So you have to be honest. You have to audit. You have to realize. So with that information that I got from my honesty with myself and auditing my truth, it brought me to a decision. And that decision was I was no longer going to be big and beautiful, even though my biggest shape, and some people call it thick, is big. I was no longer going to be that. I didn't want to be that because internally I didn't feel that way. So why would I want to exude those attributes? Now, this is a sensitive topic to a lot of people. So I'm saying this about myself. And if it resonates, hopefully you can use some of the tools to improve the quality of your life. But I feel so blessed that I can move my body. I have my limbs, they work. my heart, my everything, my organs are working. They require me to give it certain things and they work for me. I should work for them. It's simple. It's like tipping. That's it, girl. That's it, girl. So that decision led me to what I had been trying way before 2025, which was a 100-day challenge. And that challenge at the beginning, the first 4, which I failed, was me trying to change everything about myself at once. And I said this in many videos, and I'm going to continue saying it. You have to habit stack. Start with one thing, no more than 2, especially if one helps the other. And then you'll move on and stack another habit and another habit. So I made that decision to change my life. And I tried multiple things over and over again, habit stacking one. And the thing I was like, you know what? I give myself to everyone. I give myself to everyone in person, like family-wise. I give my attention to online. Let me go out an hour a day. And I didn't know it took an hour at this time, but I'm just saying. Let me go out and go walking for myself. People do not underestimate the value in walking like they should. Of course, the kid is calling me. No. You must, for one, realize that if you over 200, especially 220, you can dilly-dally with walking and you're going to drop the weight. You can go play around at those people's gym and get on a treadmill, a little incline, and you're going to just be sweating and losing the weight. You don't have to do too much. But the weight loss is what everyone else sees. It's who you become internally that's undeniable. You get these receipts that I show up for myself. You get the receipts that I can now trust myself. You get the receipts that CVS prints out, them long receipts, that you are exactly who you think you are. It has nothing to do with external appearance. It has everything to do with who you become internally. And the benefits outweigh any risk or sacrifices that you have to make. Like I said in the beginning, I was looking at everything that I was going to miss out on. I was looking at the sacrifices, just using that as a reason to not start. But move that aside when you make your decision, because you had your honest audit and realize, you know what? Who gives a damn if I lose a curve or 2? Who gives a damn if this is going to make my blood work show that my A1C numbers are no longer pre-diabetic? If it's going to make my internal organs operate properly, who gives a damn about a curve? So like I was saying, the things that you're going to sacrifice or risk deciding that you are a priority are null and void once you realize your blood work, your blood work panels, and your mental state is improved. None of the risks and sacrifices you're going to get. Who cares if you lose your curves? Who cares if you risk losing your curves or sacrifice X, Y, and Z amount of time online or doing stuff that don't improve the quality of your life when the benefits outweigh them by far. The benefits outweigh that by far. You mean your blood work right? Your organs all working in sync? You mean that your mental state is stable now? You're no longer depressed and feeling bad about yourself? What you mean you now have clarity and you're able to focus on your purpose and your calling? I think that most of us are clouded by what we see online, not realizing that we could be putting that same energy to us. Put that energy to yourself. Stop giving. The phone on my camera died, so I hope the quality is better. But essentially what I was saying is I made the decision to be a better person for myself, and that came after I had 4 failed attempts at habit stacking. I'm not too sure even where to look. That came after 4 failed attempts at habit stacking, and what that taught me was that I should focus on one thing at a time. And by doing that, I slowly, without knowing at the time, I didn't know this, all my focus was losing weight and staying, not even losing weight, my focus was just making sure I kept my promise every single day, which for me was walking no less than 10,000 steps and drinking water every single day for 100 days. But what I didn't realize is that I was pouring back into me, and I was training the people who depended on me to know that I'm going to have time every single day that belonged to me. It may have seemed selfish to them, but for me it was selfless. It was me pouring into my cup, because if I can't pour into your cup unless my cup is full. And so prioritize, and I remember Oprah saying that a long time ago. I don't know how y'all feel about Oprah, but whatever. Don't be acting like she didn't give us gems back in the day. But anyways, prioritizing myself and what I needed to do improve my quality of life in every area. So you think you're starting with improving your quality of life and health, but you're helping out other areas of your relationships with other people. You're showing them how to treat you. When you start respecting yourself, you're showing other people how to treat you. You also like I said, your mental stability is stable. Your mental capacity or whatever stabilizes. Your mental state stabilizes. When your mental state stabilizes, you can then focus on living the life that you deserve and you want and you need to have that fulfillment. So if you're living the life that you deserve and you need and want for fulfillment, you need clarity. If you want to live a fulfilled life, you need clarity. Walking, moving your body, literally sweating out toxins, drinking water, and hydrating yourself will help you do that. Now, of course, if you add strength training, eating whole foods, and all the other things, supercharge that. But just to start off, this is what I did. And so once I got clarity on the quality of life I wanted to live, I then began, I was able to then respect myself even more. So you're just building yourself up in so many areas of life. It has nothing to do with no longer being curvy anymore. It has nothing to do with you being beautiful just the way you are. We know you're beautiful just the way you are, but if your knees hurt, if your blood work is showing otherwise, if your organs are combative with one another, you need to do something about that. And you don't want to wait until it's too late, especially when the condition could be solved with lifestyle changes. I feel like lifestyle changes are just us taking responsibility and choosing ourselves first. And a lot of women, especially moms and the over 35 crew, we oftentimes overlook the importance and the value that we have because we're so focused on other people. But in the only way those other people will know how to treat us and how to respect us is if we respect ourselves. Okay, so who cares about you losing your curves? Who cares about you, whatever? You want to be in the best shape of your life so you can mentally prepare, so that you can mentally handle the fulfillment that you're going after. The relationships are going to improve. I mean, the one with yourself, the one with your significant other, romantic relationships, friendships are going to improve. With your children, and then your self-worth and your self-esteem. So your quality of life starts with you choosing to give yourself quality things. And when you opt in on giving yourself the quality of life that you deserve and that you deserve that, and you begin to answer your calling, fulfilling your assignment, and doing all this work because you made a decision to no longer accept BS, don't let other people, every time I feel like I say this every day, I want to drill into your head because maybe this is the first video you've seen of mine. Don't let nobody, don't let anyone dim your light. If you know, just because their opinion of you is because their opinion of you is high. Isn't that crazy? So if someone's like, oh, you're beautiful, you don't need to lose weight, block them. Unless you have an eating disorder, but you know what I mean. See a specialist if you have an eating disorder. But don't allow other people's high opinion of you stop you from still wanting better for yourself, because that's how they see you, and that may be how they want you to stay. And if they have a problem with you improving yourself, then they don't deserve you. Let them go. But at the same time, the only opinion that really matters is yours. Your opinion of yourself. You know what your thoughts are when you go to sleep. No one else does. You know what you put into ChatGPT, Claude, and all these things trying to get answers. You know your prayers to God. Only you do. So if you know what the truth is on it, you know what the truth is about who you are. No one else don't know that. They just going off of what they see on the outside. For all they know, you're probably performing. Are you performing? Who knows? You know. No one else knows but you. Again, I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't care. Okay, so if you just decide to just choose whatever that first habit is to start losing weight. I highly suggest it be walking. And I know people online are saying some stupid stuff like, well, the doctors say there's no benefit after 8,000 steps. Stop listening to these dumbass people. Sorry. Stop listening to these stupid people online. All they do is try to tear other people down. The doctor says there's no benefits. The doctor has said a lot of stuff. The doctor said there was no cure for a whole bunch of diseases. Everyone's imperfect. How you know? If somebody 300 pounds, you know what they can do if they walk 10,000 steps every single day? Change their life. Anyways, do what you can with what you can. Be grateful for what you have. At the same time, if you don't know the behavior change necessary for you to start living that desired life, then you're going to have to sit down and have true, honest audits, reflection moments. This goes through journaling. You can do a video journal. I prefer writing, reading, and really learning and quieting the noise. This may mean getting off social media for a week. This may mean tuning out of news for a week if you can. This may even mean taking some days off work if you can, or doing it on the weekend. This is going to require a true devotion. This is going to require a devotion on your part. You can't just lollygag and just pretend to do something because you know if you BSing or not. And why the heck would you BS your beautiful self? Why in the heck would you BS the potential to be and have everything you want in this life, need, and all the people that's going to be helped because you chose you? Don't BS that. You deserve way better. Okay? If you're interested in changing your life, I highly suggest doing it in a 100-day container. I have created a habit architecture system. The link is in the description. It's a guide and it's a tracker because you need to have the mindset in order to get the work done. And if you tune into my videos that I'm putting out every single day, and if you subscribe to my newsletter, in which I talk more in depth about transformation, mindset mastery, and getting the fulfillment you deserve and want in your life, the link is also in the description. I think you're ready to change your life. I don't think you need to wait anymore. Who cares if it's the 30th day of January, you didn't start on New Year's? Start today. Start right now, okay? You deserve that honest audit. You deserve that decision that's going to change your life. It doesn't have to be this big, huge, hoorah change, and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. Choose you over other people's comfortability of who they think you should be. Choose yourself. That's the utmost respect. I respect me way more now than I ever did before this happened in the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years, I respect myself so much more. I don't care what nobody got to say about how much they respect me and think what I did was amazing. And I'm going to talk more about what I did because I didn't just take steps. Before 100 days, my goal was to take 10,000 steps, no less than 10,000 steps every single day, tracking in my tracker, and drink a specific amount of water to make sure I wasn't dehydrated. And I did that shit and I didn't stop, but I did it in 100 days first, and then I added on new habits that contributed to my now 50-pound weight loss. All right, so if you're interested in all the things that I talked about, check out the description. And if wherever you are on this journey, I believe in you, I see you, I know where you are. This is no more pity stories. We're not telling ourselves any more pity stories. We're going for the glory stories. Your glory story is now. So devote yourself to you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, though, for checking on me.
Love you.
All right, love you too. Your glory story is ready to go. Put the pity story down. Pick up the glory story. We're waiting on you. You're waiting on yourself. All right, I hope you have a beautiful day. Stay warm, stay safe wherever you are. And make sure that you choose to live rich on purpose, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And we're going to build this life that we desire brick by brick over on my channel. So make sure you subscribe. My name is The Spivey J. Have a beautiful day. Peace.